We set out early, excited for a peaceful hike through the countryside. The trail was familiar at first. Wide, open paths, birds singing overhead, sunlight filtering through the trees. It was the kind of day that made everything feel alive. But then things changed. About halfway through the hike, we spotted a narrow path branching off from the main trail, half hidden by overgrown bushes. Mike, always curious, insisted we check it out. Something about it felt wrong to me, like we shouldn't be there. But I followed, not wanting to be the one to spoil the fun. As we walked down the narrow trail, the forest grew darker. The sun seemed to fade, leaving the woods eerily silent. No birds, no rustling leaves, just our footsteps crunching on the gravel. I started to feel like we were being watched, but I didn't say anything. Then, through the trees, we saw it. A small, abandoned cabin. It stood in a clearing, old and decaying, but it seemed strangely intact, like it was frozen in time. The others wanted to check it out, so we approached, my guts screaming at me to leave. Inside, the air was stale, the smell of rotting wood thick. Dust covered every surface and the furniture was broken and old. But what really caught our attention were the photos on the walls, faded, black and white images of people standing stiffly in front of the same cabin. Their faces were blurred, twisted, as if someone had scratched them out. We were about to leave when the door slammed shut behind us. Panic set in. Mike tried the door, but it wouldn't budge. That's when we heard it. Footsteps, slow and deliberate, coming from somewhere deep inside the cabin. We weren't alone. The footsteps grew louder and the temperature dropped. Something was coming. Something that didn't want us there. We ran for the door, pounding on it, but it wouldn't open. Then from the shadows, we saw it. A figure just out of sight watching us. We screamed, kicking the door until it finally gave way, and we bolted back into the woods, not stopping until we reached the main trail. We never spoke of it again, but we all knew what we'd seen. Something was out there, something watching, waiting. We never went back.